Welcome back to Self-Love Ignited. Today we are talking about how to stop sabotaging your success. And this might not be exactly what you think it is. We are going to talk about how self-sabotage is self-love. Shocking, I know, but I'm going to paint that picture for you and then give you a really beautiful, well, first I'm going to answer a question from a dear friend of mine about how to create success while you are still working on your self-worth, which is huge. And then I'm going to give you a really powerful exercise that you can use right now to help create success on your terms. My name is Katie Allen, and this is Self-Love Ignited. Let's get to it. Welcome back. Today we are talking about how you can stop sabotaging your success, whatever success might mean to you. And before we sort of get into this, I think the first question that I really want to address is, what does success have to do with self-love? What does self-sabotage have to do with self-love? And I did an episode on this a while back. I think it was a few months back now. I'll have to look that up. But the essence of it is that self-sabotage is self-love. And when you're in it, when you're experiencing it every day, when you are frustrated with it, it might not seem like that. Right? It is something that we quite often, it's really easy to be angry at yourself. It's really easy to not understand why you can't just do that thing, whatever that thing might be, to create that level of success, whatever that level of success might be that you are going for, whether this is a personal goal or a business goal or, something else. But self-sabotage is self-love, because when we sabotage ourselves, and what I mean when I say we sabotage ourselves, I mean, we get in our way of doing the thing that we want to do, right? So it's like saying, I want to get up and I want to do yoga every morning. And then when your alarm clock goes off, you hit snooze 100 times so that way you don't have time to do yoga before going to work, right? Or it's like saying, I want to eat foods that only light me up and make me feel really healthy. And then it's choosing to go through the drive-through on your lunch break. There's a million different versions of this. It could be that you want to, sign a new client in your business, and then you purposely avoid doing the actions that will help you sign clients, and instead you just stay busy doing the busy work, or you just avoid your business altogether. So self-sabotage comes in many forms, but self-sabotage is an expression of self-love, because when we sabotage ourselves, I believe that 99.9% of the time, it is because there is a part of us that is trying to keep us safe. Because doing a new behavior, reaching a new goal, reaching a new level is scary, right? There is a part of our brain, I've heard it called a million things. I've heard it called the reptilian brain, the critter brain. There's lots of different things, but essentially it is this part of us that from an evolutionary level is like, you must survive. And to that part, anything new is dangerous because we don't know if we can survive it. So we avoid it. So when you are sabotaging yourself, it is because there is a part of you that is trying to keep you safe, trying to keep you, hold on to love, hold on to a sense of belonging, or seek happiness. And that there is some part of you that sees following through on this and maybe reaching that new level or hitting that goal. There is a part of you that sees that as dangerous, not good. We don't know what it is. There is fear in the unknown, so we just don't go there. So the title of this episode is Stop Sabotaging Your Success. And that is because I received a question. I want to read you the exact question word for word. This came through inside my Facebook group, which is the Heart Space community. If you're not already in it, please come join us. I'll make sure that there is a link below this video or below in the show notes. But it is a question that was posed to me a while back, a few weeks ago. And the question was simply, and this is from my friend Ange de Lumiere, and she said, word for word, what's your top tip for us to allow ourselves not to get in the way of our success whilst we progress on our journey of increasing our self-worth? And I thought that this was such a phenomenal question. So, again, what's your top tip for us to allow ourselves to not get in the way of our success whilst we progress on our journey of increasing our self-worth? And when she posed this question, there was a part of me that wanted to, throw lots of different things at it. And before I did that, I decided to pause and do some reflection. Like, what is my top tip? Because there's a million different things that we can talk about. But what is my top tip to help you stop sabotaging yourself so that you can be successful, even if you are not super confident right now? Even if you are dealing with some visibility blocks, even if you are not sure if you're worthy, right? Even if you still have this stuff, and you know what? We all have stuff. I just want to say there is no point, and I have heard so many people talk about this in all different areas of life. There is no one point that you just feel great and you don't have anything going on inside. There is no one point at which you just get to like sit back and be like, it's all easy from here. No matter what you are doing, whatever you are pursuing, whatever you are aiming for, whatever goals you want to reach, there is going to be things that come up. It's the nature of being human. I truly believe. I think we all have that. And so after doing some reflection, my answer to this question was that my one sort of simple piece of advice would be to not believe every story your mind tries to tell you. That a belief, I am not worthy, I'm not capable, I'm not good enough, a belief is just a story that you've repeated often enough for it to become a habit. It's habitual thinking, these patterns. It's a pattern that you've gotten into, but that doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it true. The belief that you are not good enough is not a truth. It is a habitual thought. The belief that you cannot be successful is not a truth. It is a conditioned thought. And yes, these things are deep and complicated quite often, right? We have these beliefs. Usually they are ingrained from us from childhood, right? This is like programming, like deep subconscious programming. Usually it comes from childhood. There's something in us that we have just decided that we are one thing, or we can have one thing, or we can't have one thing. But understanding logically that a belief is just a story. A belief is just a story. Maybe it's a habitual story, but that doesn't make it true. And I want to give you an exercise that you can do to help you with this. And in full transparency, this is something that I did myself not too long ago when I was dealing with making a really big decision. And I was having all of these stories come up, and I could tell I had been sabotaging myself for a while and procrastinating and avoiding making a decision and avoiding the whole thing. And I was just all in my head, and I was having all of these beliefs, and I was doing all of these things that weren't really in alignment with me. And I sort of just one day was like, enough, stop. So I grabbed my journal, my trusty journal, which always lives either on my desk or very close by. What I did, and I want to encourage you to do this, grab your journal, write down all of those beliefs, everything that is getting in the way, however you're sabotaging, right? So you might be like, oh, well, I'm sabotaging because I'm procrastinating. What is the belief behind that? What is the story? Why are you procrastinating? Because you feel like you're not going to be successful anyway, so what's the point in trying? Because it's too hard, because you're not good enough, because you're not worthy. What is the story behind that? And this might be really obvious to you from the beginning, right? If you do a lot of self-reflection and you're really self-aware, you might know this. If you don't, that's totally okay, right? It's a practice. That's why we do this, so that you get to know. Grab your journal and write all of it down. Write down how you are sabotaging, write down the stories, the beliefs, the things that, whether they be swirling in your head like they were with me, whether they just be frustrations, things that you cannot work through, write them all down. Every single one. I'm not good enough. I'm afraid of failure. I'm going to disappoint my family. I don't know enough. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Somebody else can do this, but I could never do it. right? I'm missing the thing that everybody else has. I must not have that piece of the puzzle within me. Whatever it is for you, get it all out. Get it all out. And then go back through and read it. And for some people, it may be healthy to step away and come back. Personally, I like doing it all in one moment because it just allows me to really be in that space. But, it's totally up to you. Go back through and read everything that you have just written. And ask yourself, is any of this true for sure? Do I know that this is true? I am not worthy. Do I know that's true? Could I prove that? No, it is a belief. It's a story. It exists up here. Okay. I'm missing that piece that everybody else has. I must not have that special part that allows me to create success. Is that absolutely true? Can I know that? No, there is no way to know that because there is no one special piece. Every single one of us is different. Success can look like a million different things. Okay, so go through that, see those stories, and then go through and write the exact opposite of every single thing you've written down. And this might be really hard. And I recognize that, but it is such a powerful exercise, right? I'm not capable. I can't do it. I am capable. I can do it. I'm never going to be successful. I am creating success on my own terms, right? Whatever it is, go through and write every single one as an opposite. I'm really afraid of failing. I'm really excited to succeed. Write it down, go through, get the opposite, get the opposite, get the opposite. And then I would, again, go back and look and realize you can choose to believe either side of that story. It is a choice, one that you might have to make 100 times a day. It is a choice which story you believe in. It is a choice for you to keep on thinking, I'm not worthy, I could never do that. And it is a choice for you to think, I am worthy and capable, and I am going to do this on my own terms. It is a choice for you to believe that. And of course, there's so much more that you can do with this, right? Like there's other tools. You could move your body to help move this energy out. You might need to cry. You might need to journal more on it. You might want to do some tapping. You might want to do some energy healing, work with crystals, receive Reiki. There's so many things that you can do. But understand that neither one of those realities exists, neither one of those stories is inherently true. Neither one of those stories exists yet. You get to choose, and it is such an empowering belief, such an empowering thing to know that you get to choose what you put your energy into. You get to choose. Nobody else gets to dictate where your energy goes. Nobody else gets to tell you you have to put your energy into believing that you are a worthless piece of shit. There's nobody standing beside you forcing you to believe that. You are a capable, strong, empowered human who has the ability to go, okay, so I see this story, which is maybe what I've been sitting in for a long time. And I'm open to consider that maybe it's not true. Maybe it's just a habit, right? Maybe it had a positive intention. Maybe it was trying to keep me safe. It was trying to keep me from getting too big, whatever. That's not serving me anymore. And I have the power to step into something different. I have the power to choose something else. And when we start doing that, when we take responsibility, like radical responsibility, there's never a downside to taking responsibility for yourself, by the way. Whew, that is a big one. When we step up and take responsibility for ourselves, for our growth, for our definition of success, for the ways that we have been sabotaging ourselves, when we step up, choose to look at it and know that we have the power to keep down the same path or to choose differently, it will change your life. Absolutely change your life. And again, I want to say you might have to choose this 100 times, 1,000 times every day for the rest of your life. This is not a one and done. It's not a one-off decision that you can tick off your list and it's done. It's a practice, right? Just like pretty much every single mindset thing there is in the world, it is a practice. But, you know, if you have been sabotaging your success, if you have been stuck swirling in these stories of, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, why even bother trying, I'm going to disappoint people, whatever that story is, you get to change it. You have the power. So I want you to do that journaling exercise. If you have time, excuse me, if you have time to do it now, I really want to encourage you to do it now. Now, when it's fresh in your mind, right when you've been listening to me speak about this. If you do not have time to do it now, do it within the next 24 hours. Okay, I would bet that you have a journal, a notebook, a scrap piece of paper hanging around somewhere. Grab a pen, sit down, and write it down. I promise you that it is going to be transformational. You get to choose. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So my takeaway for you today is do the exercise and then come and join us in the Heart Space community. It is a free Facebook group. It's been around for a while. I'm still in the process of revamping it. So it is small and growing. We do weekly oracle card readings. There is also plans to have more workshops, more things happening in there. It is a beautiful community that I'm really excited to grow. And it is a place where you can come and ask questions just like this, a place where we can have these safe conversations, and you can nurture yourself, your relationship with self, and your business, and look at all different aspects of that. It's really beautiful. So I would love to see you there. Please come and join us. Again, I will make sure that there's a link in the show notes. And I hope that you have an absolutely beautiful day. Here is to you, loving all that you are. All my love. I'll see you next time.